Good morning, everybody. I gotta see. Okay, I've got plenty of time. I'm just out of all whack trying to film this video because honestly, I have not filmed a crafting video in a long time, like before Christmas, I believe. Well, we're back. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take these composition notebooks. Yes, you're going to see things upside down, and that's because I'm not going to move where I've been filming over at my table, my desk. And we're going to turn these into journals. And stick around with me because this is kind of a fun little craft. I'm just going to do one or maybe two depending on how long it takes me to do this video. I also have this one. This one came from the Dollar Tree. I think I picked it up before it turned to $1.25 because honestly, I would not pay $1.25 for this. Just saying. That's not really much paper. These come from Walmart. Dollar Tree does have them, but they don't have as much paper. These are only 97 cents at Walmart. And the Dollar Tree ones, I think the covers are a little flimsier, but that's okay. It's just what it is. I have two different sizes of these. This is a 1/2 inch. This is a 1/4 inch. I was looking to get the fold over stretch elastic that is in different colors from Amazon, and they are expensive. So we're just going to go with the white, no matter what. I also have these pens that are clear. Fun little thing we're going to do with those. And then I have this paper pack. I've had it for quite a while. It has cool designs, fronts and backs. And as you can see, it has 2 sheets of each design. How stinking cute is that? We're going to use that to cover these. I'm going to set everything out of the way that we're not going to use at this moment so that we're only working with what we're going to use. I'm also going to be using some Mod Podge, a paintbrush to apply it, my cutters, and I looked for a finger cutter. I just can't find one locally. So we're going to go with this little thing and have it over with. I gotta tell you, the quality of these brushes from the Dollar General is amazing. The only thing I don't like is they're a little wiggly here, but you can crimp that down a little better, or maybe get a little bit of Gorilla Glue or E6000 or something like that down in there if they're too loose, just to make sure they stay on better. But we're going to get at this project, and what we're going to do is I'm going to choose, because we're going to cover both the front and back and the inside, we're going to need 2 sheets of this this paper. So I'm just going to pick the first one that really catches my eye. Well, let's see. Oh, I like the one with the butterflies. I found what we're going to use. I have 2 sheets of it. Let's just go ahead and take out these 2 sheets. Let's go from here to here. So let's cut this off at 7 inches. Now, watch your paper to see if your paper has a line like this. You don't want that on your book. And this is for the front of our notebook, and we're going to save this piece here. Okay, so I am just going to give my book a coat of Mod Podge. And for this, it really doesn't matter if it's matte or shiny. I think mine is shiny. It is satin, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot, but because it is satin, I am going to go over the edge, just so it has, you know, whatever has, you know, gone over the edge, the whole thing matches. And we'll get this on there, especially on the edges. You want to make sure that your notebook is going to stick to your paper. So we're going to line this up with the edge of that black. And this is a thick paper stock, so I'm not worried about spritzing it. Get that laid onto that. And press our paper down. And then I'm just going to go over it with another coat of Mod Podge. This is wrinkling and it shouldn't. Okay. I'm going to stop right there. Maybe I should have sprayed this. Okay, so we're going to let that dry and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, as you can see, I don't know if you can see him. It wrinkled, even though this is a really thick cardstock of paper. It did wrinkle, and it didn't wrinkle until I put the second coat on. So maybe the second coat, you might want to spritz it if you're going to do a second coat. Or just leave the top coat off, because I didn't have that issue till I put the top coat on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this up. That's the other thing I didn't do, is I forgot to put a piece of paper between, and this one's just for me. This is the first time I've done this. So you want to put a piece of paper between here, and I didn't. So that's a little learning curve for us all. We're learning this together. So put a piece of paper between here. We're going to open this up, and we're going to take this. Everything's sliding on me today. You can tell I haven't crafted in a while, guys. And we're just going to take this, and we're going to trim this excess paper off. This would be so much easier if I had a finger, you know, like the finger scissors. But I can always come in and clean it up. Just like that. And take the excess off with a little pair of scissors. So, what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to use this. And we want to do this before we put the back piece on. Sorry about the cough, guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and figure out how much of this we need. We can actually go under the book. Come around. And this is why I wanted the fold over. We don't want to make this real tight, but we do want to give it just a little bit of a tug. And I forgot my scissors, which are right here. So we want to cut that right about there. Now we are going to actually hot glue. I want to make it kind of even. This down. I'm going to pull this snug. And the reason you want to go across the whole back of the notebook is because you want it to kind of try to be as much coverage across there as possible. So we're going to put another line of hot glue. I can't believe we're here in the train. I'm going to bring this down here. And I'm probably going to have to add just a little more hot glue right here at the very end. Another little dab. And we're going to make sure this is set up well before we Mod Podge this and add the backing. I'm going to leave this wrapped around the notebook, and we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge the back of this notebook. We're going to put a piece of paper inside, because as we know, anyways, I'm going to Mod Podge the back of this. And get a nice even coat on there. And on the spine, because this is a satin finish Mod Podge and I want this to match. Get this out of my way. I just am having a rough morning already. I'm going to put this on here. Line it up with that. And I'm going to pull my elastic out on both ends of this from underneath and press it down right over top of the elastic. That's why you want to make sure you leave extra room, especially on the back piece, because you are having that extra lump here where the elastic is in the back of the book. And we are going to let this dry. And I'll bring you back. Okay, while that is drying, I'm going to take one of these pens and I'm going to simply take it apart. Here, that top end. That's why I like these Pentel RSVP pens, because the very top you can just unscrew it and this comes out complete and you have the clear pen case. Now I'm going to take a piece of this leftover paper. I want a part of it that's got the butterfly to be in the pen. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a part of this up to about here. And I'm not going to use my cutter for that. I'm just going to lay it down, figure how far down in the pen it's going to go. And I'm going to cut right about here across. And then I'm just going to cut a piece of this out for right now. So that I just have a smaller piece to work with. Kind of actually like this whole butterfly, but I don't know if it would work right. So, I don't know. We're going to try it, guys. We're going to try this whole butterfly. We're going to cut that right up through here at this whole butterfly and try to get that whole thing in that pen. We're going to take this and we're going to roll it. Slide it down in there. Okay, it doesn't go all the way down in, so we're going to cut off on this end. I'm just going to chop off that much. And there we have it. And then we can just set this part of the pen back down on, screw it on, and now your pen matches the paper. And we have a butterfly in there. How cool is that, guys? Now this is dry, so we're going to get all this out of our way. And we're going to go ahead, pull this off right now. And we're going to trim this carefully, especially around this. And where did I put my little cutter thing? I moved it out of the way. And I am going to use my scissors around the corner. You want to be careful not to cut your elastic. It just looks so much neater than the first time. Like I said, guys, I have not done this before, so this is the first time for us to do this together. So you're getting it real time, guys. Now, because this is a journal, I don't need to see the inside of this. So let's go ahead and cover this. And I don't think... Yeah, you can still see it. So we need some thick paper. Hold on, let's get some thick paper. Okay, I have this really pretty, thicker, one-sided paper. And I love the design on it. And I didn't really want to lose all of the design. But no matter how I put it on here, I'm going to lose pretty much all of the design. So I think I will keep the design on one upper corner like that and just trim the rest off. So what I'm going to do for the inside is, this is a thinner paper. I am just going to use this disappearing purple Elmer's glue stick. I love using this for projects like this. It does have a good hold and it does not wrinkle the paper. So hold with me while I do this. Okay, this is the one that dries clear, so that's why I like to use it often. And it's forgiving. You can pick up your paper, move it around, the whole 9 yards. I like using it, especially when you're working with big sheets of paper like this, and aligning it is not the easiest. So bear with me while I get this stuck to my cover. Let me get it all pressed down. And I'm going to flip the notebook closed and press it for just a little bit, and I'll be back to trim it. Trimming this paper is a little more difficult because I'm trimming on the back side, and you would think it would be easier, but it's kind of got its own challenge, guys. I think I'm going to go with the scissors on trimming that little part. It's like, haha, you think you're going to do a craft today after months of not doing crafts. So I'm just going to trim this with my scissors. Make this look nice and neat and pretty, like I knew what I was doing. And you and I both know this is a botched mess. But like I said, first time doing it, no complaints, no regrets. Right, guys? The corners I've noticed on these notebooks are just not pretty. Okay, I don't know what happened to my video, but a message came across the screen and it cut it off. So I have some issues with it, as you can see, but we're going to continue because this is the first time I've ever done this. So it's a learning curve. I was binge watching videos. I don't even know exactly whose I watched. But This is the elastic band. It comes over just like on other journals. That's what the back looks like. Now, what to do about this pen? You don't want to have to stick it on here crazy, right? Am I right? Where did I just put my elastic? I set it out of the way so I wouldn't have it floating around. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this elastic and we're going to create a loop big enough to go around this pen. So let's measure the pen so that we don't goof it up. And we want it to have a little bit of a pull, but not a lot. It's just going to hold the pen. So we want that much sticking out. And we are going to simply glue this and we will trim it down. Ha ha. My famous last words. To be like that. Let's go ahead and glue first the bottom piece down. I love this glue gun, by the way. Put a little dab of hot glue. Lay my elastic in place. Now remember, we're gluing this to the elastic, not to the notebook. Elastic to elastic here. So you want to make sure that you're not gluing this to anything else. So we're just going to stick like this piece of cardboard underneath to protect the front of our notebook. And then we are going to put our pen in here in place like it would be if you stuck it in there. And then hold it in place. Make sure it comes in and out easily. I'm going to leave the pen in there and we are going to glue this piece of elastic in place. A little dab of hot glue. Set my glue gun out of the way. And then we are going to glue down this piece of elastic. And slide our pen out of the way and let that get set. And then we will trim this all up, clean off all the excess glue, just like that with our fingernails. You don't want to use anything sharp or you will take and cut your, or have a chance of cutting the thing. So make sure that we don't have any glue sticking out anywhere. And we will trim this off. Get it so I can see where I'm trimming because I don't want to cut my other piece of elastic. And trim one piece at a time. There's that piece. I probably should have wrapped that piece down around and glued it underneath. Hindsight is 20/20. Remember, this one is just for me, so this is my first time doing this. So my next notebook, I will do that. Instead of, and that looks really, really junky. Definitely my next time, I will wrap my elastic underneath and glue it underneath instead of here. But there is that. Set my elastic off to the side. Put my matching pen in my holder. And there we just made a journal. And yes, I had an issue with the paper inside. Oh, I can't open it. Being a caretaker. Anyways, like I said, there's the back of it. We're going to go ahead and take and open this up. And this is the first time I've done one of these. So, yes, I had some issues. my paper here when I was cutting it. It wasn't quite glued down dry. My fault. Had nothing to do with the paper or what I was doing. But I love how this matched. This is from a different paper pack. It's one side, it's a little lighter. And there's the back cover inside. And there is the back of the book. And there we go. So there it is, guys. Making these 97-cent Walmart journals. Where did my other one go? I was going to show you what it looked like originally. And I've lost it. This is how my day has gone from the beginning. Turning this journal into this journal. How cool is that, guys? I absolutely love how they turned out. Thanks for watching. I've got a ton of editing to do. I love y'all. And yes, I'm trying to get back into crafting. It's going to take me a bit. Thanks for hanging out with this dumpster fire of a craft video. Bye, guys.